Are you part of the 91% of humans that won't complete their New Year's resolution? Surveys show that 91% of all people fail their resolutions. So it seems really head-scratching. Feels like something else should be tried. And so a few years ago, I was listening to Mike Hurley and CGP Grey on the Cortex podcast, and they started talking about their annual themes. And I just really loved this concept. And so, you can find a whole video about annual themes from Grey on YouTube. But I really love the concept. And so we started implementing it in our business. And so we'll talk more about annual themes, but let's talk about why New Year's resolutions are bad. So 1, resolutions are pass-fail. You either completely do the thing or you do not do the thing. And that is a year is a really long time for a goal to stick. Humans' attention spans are not that good. And so it's very hard to keep your focus for an entire year. I think a quarter is probably about a good amount of time for a human to stay focused on something. And life and priorities can change a lot from January 1st to December 31st. And so while your goal may make sense the last week of December, it may be completely different if it makes sense in September or October or November. And so instead of a whole year, what if you thought about a quarter? And then what happens when we fail? Do you just give up? Well, that's what most people do. And so it's such a rigid success metric that it doesn't allow you to reimagine something. It allows you just to give up. So what about themes? Well, themes are better. So what is a theme? If you want to have more success with life change or business changes in the next year, use a theme instead of a resolution. Themes are categories we want to work on instead of specific goals. 2021, our company's theme was process saves us from the poverty of our intentions, or just process for short. So we worked on increasing the processes in our business. That was a big theme that we used, and we've continued to make that a priority as we've continued to build our business. Themes give us flexibility. So instead of saying, I want a process for everything in my business or all the things that exist on January 1st, there were things that we were adding to the processes in the December of that year that we had never even thought about. It gives us flexibility on executioning of those things. Do we have more processes than we did at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year? Yes, then that was a successful theme. It gives us options. And so, like mentioned earlier, January 1 is going to look a lot different than September 1. And so being able to adjust your priorities throughout the year and not fail on your resolution is a huge win. And it gives us more winning scenarios, right? So there's opportunities to win in different ways while fulfilling that theme. There's this old phrase that says, I might be faster alone, but I'll get further with a group of people, or faster alone, further together is how we've phrased it. Company themes give us something to unite around this year, and a theme that I really wanted to focus on for our company was that as a team, we're going to be more successful. When I started a business, I could do a lot of work by myself and make a lot of progress by myself. I can go for a really long sprint. But running a business for 8 years and longer is a marathon, and I can't do that without a team of people around me. So a theme gives us a focus to focus on throughout the year. It's something to reference back to. It's a culture point within the company. And so part of this process, my goal is, based on this theme, is to find people who can do the work better than I can and make them a team and work together to crush it. So stay tuned, and we'll talk more about this throughout the year and see how it's played out in Adelsberger Marketing.